Yes, we are there now. Happy? Hello, and welcome to the Wastelands, where everyone's a little mad and crazy is somehow always ending up in a fight with a dragon. Regardless. When we explored Tatus last time, we actually had a pretty busy schedule. We finished up exploring the desert, or at least getting a rough layout of it. We found the wardens and saved them. We fought against the Venatori, the winter extremists, and won. And we entered the Fade physically and got out alive. It was a very busy day. Today I'm going to probably start off with, first of all, checking up if everyone's okay, getting more missions if there are more missions to do. One of the things that I'm thinking of doing is probably finishing up the Western Expanse, or whatever it's called. And I'm also maybe going to try and do a couple of my friends' missions to get some of those out of the way, because those are important. A lot of the other side missions I can do when I eventually go to the region. But I do feel bad having my friends' mission just hovering there. I was gonna say the only problem is one of my friends' missions I can't reach, but if I keep doing the Western Expanse, I might actually be able to reach it, so it's just a matter of pushing that forward. I mean, Teets, I deal with unfriendly missions every day. It's why I hang out with you. No, all jokes aside, there are plenty of unfriendly missions in the game whenever I have to deal with Sarah. I'm also going to have to... Ow. Have to make my gas mask a little tighter. No, I don't. Let me have a look at finishing the War Council first, because I did send them out on missions hoping they'd be done by the time I come back, which they are. It's interesting. So, like, one of the things that I do like in this game, and I don't fully know how they do it, but I like it. It's the fact that you can do a mission, or send them on a mission, quit the game.
Inspect the condition of the trebuchets. They must be calibrated to reach the proper range.
Again? How many times will you be doing that?
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Then close the game, and by the time you start the game up next time, when a few hours have passed, the mission will be ready as if the game was active, but it wasn't. I will not turn my back on them, but we have established agreements with the Thibaults. Their initial hatred of the Inquisition was a device, and they are willing to have us in their favor. Inquisitor. Oh, system time. Oh, okay. That's helpful. The Grey Wardens fought bravely and with great skill. The town of Valgamor was saved, and the Wardens themselves took few casualties. They await further commands. Commander Cullen. Okay, so those are two missions that continue. Dwarven slaves in Venatori hands. it's still a pretty good system to use, especially since there's a lot of these missions to do. It's a way to cut down on the amount of time you need to have the game active to get things done. A report has arrived from the side of the suspected Venatori enclave. It's nonsensical, given accepted historical records. Located Venatori enclave. Fires on approach. Assumed they torched their camp while retreating. Not the case. Camp already destroyed. Venatori dead. Dwarven tools found, but no dwarves, alive or dead. One deep stalker corpse found. Signs of blight corruption. Best guess Venatori surprised by forces emerging from the camp well. Assume they left the same way. Well collapsed. No passage possible. Enclave scoured for resources for return to Skyhold. On the return to Inquisition camp, message found next to newly opened sinkhole. We always come for our own. What about you, Inquisition? Bintus Warhelm Kal Sharok. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, having that in a multiplayer game seems like a really dumb choice to make. Now, if that was an indie developer, I'd be like, okay, it's their first attempt, we can overlook that. But a developer as big as WoW, or, well, Blizzard, or Amazon? So much to do. So, Lady Tybalt is asking for closer ties and access to trading partners as she tries to circumvent the traditional blockages of the allegiances. Yeah, they done fucked up in the capital. Some houses have switched sides, others ceded holdings entirely to avoid the shame of officially losing all standing. More and more they are concerned with station and alliance over whatever objections they stated about the Inquisition. We gained her trust with alliances. If we are willing to continue the relationship, it is only fitting that we strengthen those ties. Support her indirectly so that she knows of our support, but the others do not consider us directly tied. I can arrange assurance of forces if allies are attacked. A standard escalation of interest. Okay. Inquisitor, the Darkspawn at Valgamore have been slain, but it remains unclear what brought these creatures to the surface. There is no obvious sign, and I am concerned that they might still pose a danger. Marquise Buffon has made clear her wishes that we now depart, which leaves me even more suspicious, as most would welcome further help in these dangerous times. The Grey Wardens have volunteered to assist with the investigation of this mystery in whatever capacity the Inquisition deems most fitting. We await your orders. I don't like that. Something has been off with it since before. Adar, I know you're busy telling the hairy eyes what to do. Humans need a lot of direction. That's fine. We have a problem. Karis took a squad out on a simple caravan escort and hasn't reported back. I sent Ashat and Ashat too to look for him, and they never reported back. I hope you can find them. We're running out of Ashats, and we only had the one Karis. Even if he is annoying, his squad's alright though. I'd really like them back. Shokrakar. Okay. A ladder of dark vellum with obviously dwarven markings. A hole in the surface's precious sky, not our concern. But the thing that did it, if this Magister shit really brought the Blight into Darkspawn, we're no friends of that. Follow these instructions and you'll catch your enemy sleeping. Tell your soldiers not to leave the main tunnel. That's your only warning. Bintus Warhelm Kal Sharok. The letter ends with a map to the cave system and the number of troops that can pass. Let me first see who I want to send here, because this is the one mission that's bothering me most. Someone may have been mining the area and free to Darkspawn that way. Let me examine the finances of the nobles nearby. The Blight is many things, but it is not subtle. My scouts can easily track the corruption to its source. Let the wardens spread out to scour the area. They'll find out where those Darkspawn are coming from soon enough. Okay, what would I do here? Potential that another warden type would be far more beneficial than a minus type. I'm gonna trust her with this mission, because this seems important. Since I don't trust the Marquise Buffon, I am going to send her.
At your service.
I can arrange this. I want to send someone else to that one. What is this? A situation is unfolding in the Navaran city of Cumberland, location of the College of Magi, which until the outbreak of the Mage Rebellion was the philosophical heart of the Circle of Magi. Now mostly abandoned, it has become home to a number of mage refugees. This has drawn the ire of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground, with Duke Sandal Anaxas doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition agents suspect that Venatori agents are behind the mobs, looking to recover artifacts from the college once the magical defenses are breached. Okay, I like Colin. I'm going to send Colin on this one, because I do want to protect the innocents. Are there any new missions here? Oh. There is so much going on. Oof. Well, I'm gonna be busy with this table for a little while. Well, I say that, but
Inquisitor, I'm afraid untangling my engagement to Lord Otranto will take some time.
Is there anything I can do?
Santiva, the only acceptable thing to do would be to challenge him to a duel for my favor.
I could find gossip on him.
Every family has scandals. I'll find something to persuade Otranto to break off the match.
Please, Inquisitor, no. If Otranto found out, he'd challenge you to a duel. The traditional form of dueling among Antiva nobles isn't usually fatal, but there's always a chance of harm. I hardly wish to see you skewered on a sword point for the sake of my honor.
Can I do anything else? Let me have a look at this mission. Oh, great. I just got this mission and now I can't send anyone out because everyone's busy. Da, da, da. Guess I'm going to have to wait, but I do want to check it out since he is on. I want to see what my options are. Where is this mission? Is Antiva here somewhere?
happened in Adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons.
Josephine's
Imagine what
parents
would
have
have happened
betrothed
if the
her to a
Inquisitor
man named
hadn't
Lord
arrived.
Otranto. Challenge him to a duel, where if he loses he'll break off the engagement. Shouldn't be too hard. Send agents to find out information about Josephine's arrangement. Fiancé. Oh. And then Volvo. The Venatori are smuggling red lyrium into Antiva, but thus far have evaded our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. Enzo is clever, well-liked, and has relations among Antiva and the royalty. If we approach him without proof, he will bury... Okay, so I can... I am going to trust Josephine on this particular mission. I am going to check up with everyone first before I go out there again.
We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of El Royal. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the faith.
They think she spoke to me?
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
But I never saw him.
It's not Andraste who saved me.
Few people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from the Fade. You could attempt to tell Valroyo's citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
Tell these petitioners, Andraste said she cares for us always, as she walks by the Maker's side.
A fine sentiment. We will have it proclaimed in Valroyo.
Okay, that works.
It's good to see you.
How are you always so polite?
How do you stay so civil with everyone, Josephine?
Bonds of circumstance among the nobility are fickle. Civility is the only constant everyone admires.
I mean, not
They
wrong.
don't deplore rudeness in those who know better.
But doesn't it get tiresome?
Does it even become a strain sometimes?
Well, it can be tried. There is no shortage of self-regard among the nobility. The game can be wearying, discouraging, and extremely painful. But honestly, I'd miss meeting people. I've made the most fascinating friends.
I've liked meeting all of you.
One good thing about becoming Inquisitor has been meeting so many different people.
I'm pleased. I imagine we appear a strange bunch to those outside our circle. Mages, Templars, Seekers, and an apostate elf are not often found working in harmony. Not at all.
I could do Toronto for you.
If I dueled this Lord Otranto, I could force him to give up his betrothal with you.
But you could be hurt. Dueling is a very precise sport. Men and women spend years perfecting their skills with a rapier. I couldn't bear to think of my family putting you in any further danger. Again.
Tell me about your fiancé.
Tell me again about this Antivan lord your parents engaged you to.
Adorno Cielo Otranto? His family runs several shipping companies in Antiva that do very well. Of the man's temper and disposition and habits, I know nothing. Well, Mother claims he enjoys sailing and dueling, but what Antivan lord doesn't?
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Okay, Varric.
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He led the wardens near Kirkwall. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
We heroes might make it.
Some of us heroes will make it. We're just too amazing to die.
Well, if we're both still standing at the end of all this, I'll buy the drinks. Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where she's going. Fenris needs to know. Maker, I'm glad I won't be doing this in person. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me. Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, all right?
All right.
Stone man, Inquisitor.
I kind of agree with you.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Oh, this is where he's going to hang them up. Okay. Solus.
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
They obsess over darkspawn.
Grey Wardens have always been dangerous. They care for nothing beyond stopping the darkspawn.
Like a fair maiden chasing a butterfly off a cliff. Except that if you hadn't stopped them, we'd all have fallen. Those fools and duty. Responsibility is not expertise. Action is not inherently superior to inaction. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving. Good afternoon.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Let me first go talk to Colin. I was gonna say this is not the way to Colin. It actually is. But I don't know if he's here. He isn't.
Inquisitor, if you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost.
Where are they? Let me go listen to them first before I do anything else. I think I know where they are. Oh, wait, why is everything?
You got your wish, sort of.
You asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit...
Excuse me? Excuse me? Rude. I think the game crashed. Oh, so let's try this again and see where it saved last. I hope Colin is okay though. hope I haven't to have to redo too much. Oh, Josephine is ready already? Well, I might as well go check that out. Actually, I might wait until Shady's back because I could use her advice on this matter. Just to be safe.
You got your wish, sort of.
Right.
Please don't crash
You
this time.
asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
And people say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Cullen told you that he's no longer taking lyrium.
He was determined.
It seemed very important to him.
It's not a decision to be made lightly. But now, Cullen has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
Why didn't he tell me?
Why didn't he come to me?
We had an agreement long before you joined us. As a seeker, I could evaluate the dangers.
Can we change his mind?
Is there anything we can do to change his mind?
If anyone could, it's you. Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
Let's go talk with Colin, because this is important. I am going to save it. I might go talk with the others first, because I do like to have my trusty advisor on hand whenever I do these things, so...
Inquisitor.
Truth the Maker has revealed to me. As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and He is our Maker.
Yes, the super duper trusty advisor. I'm going to use the opportunity to try and upgrade my potions, if I can. Exactly. Unlike my other super duper, but occasionally underhanded advisor, Sure you don't know, Teats. Sure you don't. I doubt I have anything, but let's have a look, because I do like to see if I have a chance to create an upgraded weapon. That's tier 1, tier 4, but that's fire. Tier 1, tier 3, electricity. Tier 3, cold. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It depends on what type of mood they are in.
A nice simple blade.
Because they have given me good advice. But they have also occasionally given me bad advice. However, if they do give bad advice, it's usually obviously bad advice. I will give you that. Okay, there's nothing else in here.
First, a full wheel of Antivan smoked cheese, and now 3 royals worth of crushed mint.
Note from the Skyhope Kitchens. Again, if I ever found out who put the turnips in the fireplace, I will personally feed them into the meat grinder.
They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
Oh, that was probably Cole doing. Okay, so that's here. And this is my wine cellar. That's the library. Let me go talk to the others first.
Of course. Yes?
Never mind.
You have remarkably little here on early to Vinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
What are you looking for?
If I knew what you were looking for, I could help you.
Because you're a mage? Considering education standards in the South, that's hardly a recommendation. I apologize. That was unworthy. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. physically went in. Are you all right?
I learned a surprising amount. What happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one.
Regained your memories. That's good then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison,
That's more
That's not
consolation.
exactly comforting, Dorian.
nor should it be. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
I agree.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus' real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck. What's on your mind?
That's enough.
I should go.
As you wish.
I'm told you gave the Grey Wardens another chance, Inquisitor. Would I have done the same, I wonder? Forgiveness can be difficult. I hope the Order values what you've done, and gives you no reason to regret it.
Everything is well?
I trust everything is well with the mages?
Most are pleased with the Alliance, even if we wonder what will happen next.
You were a Grey Warden?
You were once a Grey Warden?
Mine is an unusual circumstance, Inquisitor. Normally one is part of the Order until death. But long ago I found myself stripped of what made me a Warden. They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. Nor could they figure out how it happened. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first Warden ever to be kicked out. Quite the achievement.
That didn't bother you?
You sound happy about it.
Becoming a Warden seemed like a dream when I was first conscripted. Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters, they felt I had somehow cheated death. I was glad to leave. It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a Warden.
You started a rebellion.
You mean you began the Mage Rebellion?
I pushed for our vote to free the Circles of Magi, but I cannot claim sole responsibility for what followed. Still, despite all the chaos, I would do it again. What happened had to happen.
You still lead the mages?
You're not still the Grand Enchanter, then?
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the Circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the Circles will one day be resurrected. If so, another will take the position. Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
Carry on.
I'll leave you to it.
Let's go talk to... Oh, hi Liliana.
Inquisitor, I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
I tried to save her.
Demons tore her from me. I couldn't stop them.
So you had no time to think, only to act. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did she say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I'm sorry. But no.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Not exactly sure that's the case either, but you are suffering.
I expected the hero Ferelden to be at Adamant, but he was not with the other wardens. He studied the Blight after killing the Archdemon, and may know something that could help us. If you like, I can have agents look for him.
Good idea.
That sounds like a wise choice.
I'll make preparations in the war room. Now, was there anything else?
Any updates?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Carry on.
I'll leave you to your work.
Is my game crashing again? I don't know why it does this. It's rather annoying. Also, when was this? Oh, long time ago. Anyway, let's boot it up again. It's the second time now it has crashed in what? 1 hour? 45 minutes? Hopefully I don't have to do the conversation with Liliana again. I feel bad for her. I wish I could help it. Third time's a charm, I guess. Not the whole conversation.
I expected the hero Ferelden to be at Adamant, but he was not with the other wardens. He studied the Blight after killing the Archdemon, and may know something that could help us. If you like, I can have agents look for him.
Good idea.
That sounds like a wise choice.
I'll make preparations in the war room. Now, was there anything else?
Carry on.
I'll leave you to your work.
Save. Let me go talk with Iron Bull. Because why not?
Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, all right?
Okay. Grey Wardens declare support for the Inquisition following the destruction of the Temple of Sacred Ashes and the opening of the Breach. All efforts to locate the Grey Wardens failed. To many, the disappearance of this noble order was yet another ill omen. However, thanks to the efforts of the Inquisition, the Grey Wardens have returned. It appears they were gathered at the Fortress of Adamant in the western approach. According to Inquisition representatives, the Grey Wardens were focused on their own solutions to the crisis facing Thedas. After convening at Adamant, the Grey Wardens and Inquisition entered into an alliance wherein the Grey Wardens will support the Inquisition in the war against Corypheus. Crier Bellinas. Now, where is Iron Bowl? Oh, I have new information. But on what? Nightmare. My friends, we accept as fact that more powerful and intelligent demons select more complex aspects of our reality to observe and interact with. A demon of pride may gravitate towards the corrupt hubris of nobles, the bloodthirsty arrogance of soldiers, or sadly, the blind confidence of mages. A demon of desire may focus on lust, greed, or even the desperate wishes of those with no recourse in the waking world. Whether demons are naturally inclined to such specificity, or made so by observing a confluence of specific events in our world, is a subject of much debate, and not a question my experiment would answer. Instead, I turn to the question of fear. We think of fear demons as lesser creatures, powerful but simple, like common beasts of rage or hunger. But fear has many faces, from the absurd phobias of the pampered nobilities to the very real threats of magic, demons, dragons, and perhaps especially the Blight. What event has shaped the course of human history more than the Blights? Had the first Blight not weakened it, the Winter Imperium would have crushed Andraste's rebellion. We would have no Ferelden, no Circles, and indeed no Chantry as we know it. The Blight is unequaled, as a force of devastation and terror, hated and feared by peasant and king alike, from the northern hills of Underfels to the southern reaches of the Kokari wilds. I know of nothing else that inspires such universal and specific fear. Dragons and demons, yes, but both have found respect and fascination in cultures across Thedas. Only the Blight is an unadulterated source of horror. If there exists a demon of fear who has shaped itself into a more intelligent, more specific mold, it would be the demon focusing on fear of the Blight. This is the experiment I undertake. By the time you read this, my friends, I will be asleep, traveling through the fate to find such a creature. If I am correct, it would yield an unparalleled source of information on the history of our world. Wisdom hidden since the time of ancient winter. I have instructed the scribes to write quickly upon my return. I will have much to impart. A letter found beside the sleeping body of Senior Enchanter Jesmir, her last known communication before her subsequent possession and then death, along with 12 mages, 9 Templars, and uncounted apprentices and tranquil, at the hands of Knight Captain Hulgar. Oh, there's more creatures. What else is there? Terror. Is this just more damage? It is. Okay, more history. What are we missing? We're missing a lot. Oh, there we go. Here lies the abyss, the well of all souls. From these emerald waters doth life begin anew. Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity. Canticle of Andraste, 1411. Chantry sisters have long debated this section of the Chant of Light. It is tempting to assume that the Well of All Souls is a literal well, but such imagery appears nowhere in Andraste's other works. An examination of Trenodis 1.4 yields clues. From the waters of the fate you made the world. As the fate had been fluid, so was the world fixed. It is possible, even likely, that the emerald waters Andraste refers to are the substance of the fate, which began as an ocean of dreams, Tranodes 1-1, and was reduced to a well, bottomless but limited in scope, by the Maker's creation of our world. Is Andraste urging the listeners to come to the fate? Should we take from these emerald waters doth life begin anew, as literal evidence of reincarnation, or even of life after death, as the cult of spirits suggests, or as a figurative benediction indicating that the Maker is the source of all life, and in finding his embrace for eternity, we will only be returning our souls from whence they came? Adamant Fortress. Visit of the Warden Commando made it more apparent. Of all the decisions we Grey Wardens were forced to make over the lean years, withdrawing from the Fortress of Adamant was perhaps the most difficult. It had been built as a bastion against darkspawn, spilling out from the abyssal rift, a symbol of how we had done the impossible, pushing those creatures back into the shadows where they belonged. We kept the land safe from further encroachment. Hi, Cash. And okay, drive safe. We kept the land safe from further encroachment, but as each new age dawned, memories of our sacrifice became fainter. The entire western approach had become a wasteland, and thus the expense of maintaining the fortress became increasingly difficult to justify. There were no griffins to fill its wares, too few wardens to man its battlements, too many good men and women killed by demons creeping through the thinning veil. Each visit of the Warden Commando made it more apparent that Adamant had become a symbol of our decline. Even if darkspawn still emerged from the chasm, who would they threaten other than the Wardens themselves? In the dawn of the Blessed Age, we sealed the fortress's mighty gates. We left the great griffin statues to tarnish in the blowing sand, retreating to Montsemar with a sense of loss and shame. I returned recently with a small expedition to retrieve supplies, surprised to see it still standing. The dwarves did well by us. I suspect Adamant will remain for ages to come, but should the Order ever return, they will find it difficult to resurrect. Only spirits roam its halls now, alongside the memories of those who gave their lives to protect us all from the darkness. On Skyhold. Not sure which aspect, because those just keep stacking. Yeah, teats. Yeah. Okay, let's see what Iron Bull has to say.
Again. Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen. Good one.
Perhaps you can take over.
Okay, that is funny.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
What's this exercise?
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick? Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, alright? I need to get over this demon crap. Alright. There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh?
You sure about this?
Bull, if you're scared of demons... Less talking, more hitting. Piece of feed, piece of crap! And who killed you? That's right, Iron fucking Bull! I needed that. Thanks.
He probably is the worst part. Not a problem.
Anytime.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
You're competing with Varric?
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece?
I haven't his talent for blather. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
It's not a bad idea.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
You think it's possible?
Do you really think it might have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
Maybe it doesn't matter.
Perhaps it doesn't matter what she really was then.
It matters to me, to what I must write. I wish I'd seen her, seen it. I feel so inadequate trying to interpret.
I believe it was her.
I believe it was the divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
That's not a bad idea. The thing is, I don't actively want to be in the Fade. Is this where Cole is? No, it isn't. Let me go talk to Iron Bull again.
Hey,
What's new?
What's been going on?
not much. Usual. Nice of you to ask.
I should go. Pleasure as always, boss.
Goodbye.
See you later, Bull. Nice talking with you, boss.
Let's go talk with Cole.
Inquisitor. Inquisitor.
Okay, nothing from him.
The funniest thing I've seen in years. That cat dancing around off
Or I
pin
can
and pantsing like a fool.
first talk to Sarah.
Heard what went on in that Fade thing. What you think went on. Can't even start to believe that business.
Difficult time for everyone.
I think a lot of people are having trouble with what went on there.
People going on about visions and piss when real people are gone. Dead, probably. Stroud, yeah? Lost a serious moustache there. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. and they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim, when the Blight ended.
What do you remember?
A lot happened in Denerim. What did you see?
People talked a lot about this one warden. There was a big fight and they died, or...
Yeah,
I
goblin
don't know.
face.
Maybe they didn't.
The hero of Ferelden. You forget the hero of Ferelden?
That was ages ago. 10 years. I was playing with small painted boxes and burying stuff I stole. I remember more people cringing about magic than Blight.
I have
For an excuse
no
for your stuff to
idea,
go missing.
Pete. I have no
Blackwall's
idea.
nice, though. Different from the adamant ones. Need more like him. Hey, it's you again.
Carry on.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Is there anything else in her book? Let's go talk to Cole. Fair. You never know with them.
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings. It isn't abuse if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic. He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
What's wrong?
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages, and then I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
That's true for everyone.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
We'll protect you.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the
No.
was immune to blood magic and
He's something special, but you'll figure that out when you play it
resources of the
yourself,
Inquisition
Pete.
could be used to find such a talisman. Good. They will not take me.
Oh, so many missions.
How much did you need?
You happier with the champion off with the wardens?
There were wardens in Kirkwall, too.
It started out helping, taking the fear away. I won't take too much. I am not that.
You've done all things.
So, Cole,
You stole cheese and mint?
someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
You're making the cats play.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint?
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Hmm.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Goodbye.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
That's called planning. Anyway, trying to think to who else I should talk. I guess I can go to the Undercroft, talk to them, though I'm not sure. Oh, hi.
Haven was a cock-up, Herald, Inquisitor.
did right by me and others. We'll pay you back.
I'm just glad everyone's okay. Honestly.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, let me go to the undercroft. These things are ugly. I may need to double check when I place things.
Where'd you learn to... You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade.
I don't know, this is where all my crafting stuff is.
Do tell.
You asked about the Fade?
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? Spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream.
Hardy
So I
har
can't even
har
guess what
teeth.
it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? That didn't sound better, did it?
I'll prepare a full
You'll have a
report.
full report of everything I saw. Will that do?
It's a start. I'm sorry, it's just... This is exciting. It all is. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. Or if anything is left. So much to think about. Mind your step for things, Inquisitor.
We'll talk later.
See you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
The pen is Inquisitor.
Goodbye.
I'll be back later.
I'll be here.
Let me see if I can change some stuff around, because some of it is hideous. Drapery. Heraldry. Decor. I wonder if that is going to be any better. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that is a little better. Vivienne, Dorian, Solus, Liliana. Trying to remember if there's... Oh, I also need to still talk to Blackwall. So I'll go and do that first. Sarah, Iron Bull.
I wonder what it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination?
You could always ask him. I don't know why you're asking me. He's closer to you generally when I'm here than I am. He should be right here somewhere. Blackwall. Where is he? Also, are there any new... Oh, there he is. Ooh. More mounts.
Inquisition?
Let's go for a different horse.
That'll do fine.
Ooh.
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
That's why we fight him.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Then remember the intention.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of
I get along well with Blackwall. I like Blackwall.
Something on your mind?
We'll talk later.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay. And while I'm still waiting for things to do, let me go start off by selling. Sell all. I have quite a bit of money. Is this a staff? It is a staff. Interesting. That. And all the rest I can go store. So that should free up some inventory space.
Were you there? Did you see what they did?
I still need to go talk to Colin, but I need to wait on that. I'm trying to remember if there's anyone else I need to talk to. Let's have a look. So there is Colin there. Blackwall, Iron Bowl, Sarah, Cassandra. Talk to all of those. Josephine, Farrick, Vivienne, Solus, Dorian, Liana, Cole, and Colin. I think I've spoken with all of them.
Those bands who impose the tolls, we're supplying them now. I know you can take care of it. Hostile person,
So for the moment, just for the moment, I'm going to go to the western approach, because I still have missions to do there. There's another completed operation which will probably lead around. So let me start by taking care of that section of the map, so I need to go there. And I'll take with me why is it that everyone I'm trying to help just keeps getting darker and darker cards? Anyway. Let me... he needed to write letters, so let me take Dorian. Let me take... Iron Bull, and let me take Blackwall for this one. Maybe, Teats. Maybe. I hope these guys have some conversations. I'm just going outside temporarily. I still have things I need to do back at the fortress, but I'm waiting for specific conditions to be in place before I do those. Or you know, Teats, maybe it's because their stress bars are maxed out and they're starting to take damage.
Inquisitor.
Status report.
Report, Captain. What's the situation in the western approach?
It's been eerily quiet since the wardens left. Now I'm just waiting like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. We've already had an archdemon. I don't want to guess what'll come next.
That is all.
Carry on, Captain.
Okay. Dorian is level up, and I'm leveling him with necromancy.
Inquisitor.
Why can't I? I guess I'll have to wait. There we go.
Listen up, recruits. None of you sad sacks of within shit.
I can assure you, every item I sell
Okay, so I needed to head in that direction. More death roots. More death roots. Much more death roots. Deep mushroom.
Don't worry, your worship. We'll hold the bridge against anything.
No darkspawn is coming through here.
So this is going where I thought it was going. One. Two. Got those two. Now let's see where this road leads, because I still have a couple of things I need to do here. Loot. Was that more? Yep, more resources. There we go. Even the hyenas are helping me deal with darkspawn. And they just keep showing up. More loot. What is that? Oh, that is some... okay. A fennec. More loot. So there is a astrolarium up here. Deep mushroom, lazurite, deep mushroom, deep mushroom, and all the while I'm invisible. I love that ring. Lazurite, deep mushroom, more lazurite. Let's see what star sign we're doing this time. So this one isn't used, so it should be like this, 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 this is a tricky one. Okay, so what if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Constellation Fenrir, called White Wolf in commonplace parlance. Fenrir has always been considered an oddity among scholars, primarily because wolves have no special place within ancient Tevinter folklore. To many, this represents the strongest argument that the Imperium deliberately supplanted older elven constellation names. In the case of Fenrir, an alignment with the elven trickster god Fenharel would be logical. Others claim a much older Neromanian tale of a wolf escaping hunters by fleeing into the sky exists, but the legend's veracity has never been proven. No, I'm not done. Huh. Oh, might as well take a look, I guess. Let me set up the western approach. The trouble with darkspawn. I guess let's go check the Tevinter route. Excuse me.
Stay on guard.
The darkspawn are nesting here.
This can't be all of them. There must be more for...
There's probably gonna be some loot here. Huh. I might need to find where I can light a torch, because there's ruins here. Not ruins, runes. Needs a little more careful pronunciation. Ooh, let's keep looking. Oh. A blood-splattered note. The giants are half feral. There's no room for a weak hand. One is enough to move debris during excavation. But keep it under control. We don't need the whole building coming down.
Using giants as beasts of burden. It's mad.
The secret tongue of slaves. Despite widespread illiteracy, the winter slaves have developed a series of small pictograms that they scrawl on walls or under furniture hidden from their uncaring owners. Regional variations makes deciphering them a unique challenge. In one city, the sign of a clenched fist means a murderous master. In another, the same symbol indicates a harsh slave owner, but not one with a fatal temper. The ruling class's general indifference to the moods and fears of their slaves make this pictorial argot an important method of communication. It is therefore all the more strange so many Tevinter comedies center around farcical misunderstanding of a sloppily written sigil where witty slaves scramble to subvert blame in time to avoid beheading. Perhaps it comforts the Winter's well-to-do belief that their property is only this clever and human in fiction. Huh. Is there a way forward there? I guess not. That should be everything here, so let's go up and check the other way. Lots of darkspawn here. Well, I blocked off their path. Or I am blocking off their path. And I got a new codex entry. Crafting materials. Vandal area. The Vandal area is a flowering shrub related to the rare and nearly extinct Felicidus area, otherwise known as the Silent Plains rose. Of course, neither variety of aria is a true rose, and they are called roses only because of their sweet scent. The fragrance of the Vandal aria, however, is lighter and greener than that of the rare cousin, and redolent of honey and cut grass. The Felicidus aria is best known for being the only plant capable of growing on blighted land. Vandal aria lacks this quality, but is capable of proliferating almost everywhere else, even though she seems to favor dry, arid climates. If left to grow wild, this vandal will take over a space, choking out any other plant unfortunate enough to be in her way. And I've got a cat, hijacking the stream. No, Luna? You were sleeping. Why are you awake? Why are you awake? Little munchkin. I do have to continue, Luna. I am sorry. Yes, the other Luna has awoken. Or my Luna has awoken. Hi Shady, how are you? A missing slave. In Tevinter, a slave is invisible. Even though the entire empire rests on our back, our hands build the walls of Minrathhaus and carry its wealth along the crumbling roads. Scribes like myself take dictation and write letters that shift the balance of power. My daughter, Leonora, a kitchen slave, works night and day so Magister Delphine isn't troubled by a torn rope or a cold supper. Normally I meet Leonora about the kitchens, but it has been days since our paths crossed. No one has seen her. I can't help but think of the old stories that crossed the slave markets like lightning, how centuries ago the ancients built their cities with blood magic, raising the very towers and walls with terrible rituals using our lives as fuel. Thousands of slaves were sacrificed as we were forced onto the altars of the old gods. Magister Delphine's perfect marble-faced mansion likely stands on the back of 100 voiceless elves. But that was a different time. Andraste's word against blood magic made the practice all but forbidden and shunned. Though we may be punished, few slaves are dragged to the altar or milked of blood without at least some reprimand. Yet Leonora is missing and Magister Delphine seems different. She carries an aura she never had before, and rumors fly that a bitter rival has been publicly humiliated in a duel of magic. Through my grief I fear I know that my Leonora's life was the price. I ache to speak as an equal with Magister Delphine, to demand answers, but such an audience would be a joke to her. No one sees a slave. Ugh. Faded interrogation notes. The faded ink on this parchment suggested this from a prison records. Let none be so foolish as to deny the power born of affection. Mark my words, for that would only bear a martyr. Persuade Talvas to speak the truth. Permit that honeyed tongue to undo its own mischief. They think to question the Archon's authority, to deny his reach. Will they do so once their beloved Iunia sings the Magister's praises? Should Talvas prove unreasonable, remove her teeth. One wonders how much charm she will wield without a handsome smile. And of course, the one time that I don't bring a rogue with me, let me go get a rogue. I'm going to do something I might regret. I didn't think I would have needed a rogue. Guess I should always make sure I have a rogue on me, I guess. Anyway. Let me just quickly teleport. Put a rogue in the party. Since I'm beating Darkspawn, I technically should keep Blackwall with me because Blackwall likes that. So let's try and make a team that I haven't formed yet with Blackwall. Okay. Let me travel there. Change party. I'm going to regret this, but she hasn't been in the party and I don't want to take Varric. Let's try these. I do need to level up Sarah. She has a lot of points. That's what I started giving her. Yes, yes. Sadly, it's time to deploy the gremlin. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
Inquisitor.
Are you home now, by the way, Shady?
Listen up, recruits. None of you sad sacks of withered shit would last a minute in that desert. I want your full and undivided attention.
Shady? More shots. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm coming through well or not. I was asking if you are home now. Oh, no worries. Take your time. After the break, I will probably need your advice, but that can wait until after the break. Don't think I have that one yet. Oh, apparently I already did have it. You know what? Before my break, let me travel to that camp. I'll close the gate. Then after the gate, I'll do what I wanted to do first. And after that, I will go complete that fortress. So let's first close this one gate. This spell, and he can't cast that. And close. Deep mushroom. Oh, might as well check what this is. Oh, that's probably him.
Visitors, thank the Maker. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone. Have you come to observe the wildlife too?
I think I found your supplies. A dead man out in the desert had these on him.
Dead? Blessed Andraste. What about Marcus or Jeannette? This is terrible news. I am Frédéric of Serrault, foremost researcher of draconology in Orlais. I came here with an expedition from the university. But the others are all missing, and our work has been halted. White Claw raiders have made off with much of our supplies. You will help me reclaim the equipment, will you not? You will champion the advancement of science.
Tell me of this place.
You're a scholar. What can you tell me about this region?
The Western approach is a remarkable place, as you are no doubt aware. Many magnificent creatures make their home here. Varghasts, dragons, phoenixes. They thrive where few others can. The land was poisoned by the Second Blight. The Warden Fortress has stood since that time. Before the Blight, the ancient Imperium ruled here. Actually, I saw some Tevinters recently. Studying the runes, perhaps.
Investigate. Are you safe out here?
The rest of your team went missing, and there are raiders all over the area. Should you be here alone?
I don't know what happened to the rest of the expedition, but the raiders have left me completely undisturbed. I have also seen Grey Wardens and strangers in odd black clothing, but they all ignore my presence completely.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
I am a professor at the University of Orlais. I have made it my life's work to write the definitive monograph on the hunting habits of dragons and their closest kin. On this trip alone, I have produced 20 scrolls of notes. More scholarship than has ever been done on the southern Varghast. But my home, my great ambition is to observe the abyssal high dragon taking her prey. A sight no scholar has ever recorded.
I found your supplies.
I have the supplies you were waiting for right here.
Now that I have my recipes back, I'll be able to concoct a bait the high dragon cannot resist. I have most of what I need, but I still need to gather quillback intestines and a phoenix's tail feather.
Tell me more about
You
dragons.
study dragons. I'd be interested in hearing more about that.
Oh, they are fascinating and little understood creatures, thought extinct for centuries. Now they seem to be making a comeback. The Nevarans wrote extensively on breeding and nesting behavior, but high dragon hunting patterns have never been studied. I would be most interested if you come across any Gurn corpses that might be victims of dragon attacks.
I have the ingredients.
1 tail feather and 1 batch of intestines. As requested.
My friend, you are invaluable. I will certainly note your assistance in my monograph on the High Dragon. I will attempt to lure her out as soon as my background research is complete. Mistakes could be deadly. The ancient Tevinters wrote volumes on the study of dragons. I believe they had a laboratory in this desert. If only their work had not been lost. Truly, the Blights set the field of draconology back centuries. Deplorable.
I must go.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Am I level up? No, I'm not.
Strange that a lone scholar should be completely ignored by the bandits and the Venatori.
You're not entirely wrong. But on that note, I'm going to temporarily save. Oh, well. I am going to take a break first, but I do need your help after the break. But I will be back in 10 to 15 minutes. See you all in a moment. Hello, and welcome back. So, without further ado, let us continue. And when I say continue, let us first go back to Skyhold, because I got a couple of important things to do. Where I might ask for your advice, Shady. The first thing that I'm going to do is go talk to Colin, because that is important. But one of the things that I likely need your advice with is the whole Josephine situation. Because I've got two options, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. Oh. Hi?
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Huh. Well, we found the namesake behind Varric's weapon. Huh. Bianca? Like the crossbow.
Your name is Bianca?
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
Friend of Varric?
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
It's a pleasure.
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Ancestors, you're tall. If this Inquisitor gig doesn't work out, you could make a killing getting things off high shelves.
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a Deep Roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Is that their only way in?
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the tag?
Navigating the Deep Roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Okay. Who leaked the location?
Who could have given away the tag's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
Alright. Wasn't the tag in Kirkland?
You can get there from Orlais? It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any tag using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
We should shut this down.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance. If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Let's talk about that lead.
About that lead of yours, Varric.
Sure. The sooner we take care of it, the better.
Do you trust the information?
Do you think this lead of hers is real?
Bianca's too much of a researcher to pass me information without verifying it first. But if you're asking whether she'd lie to us, maybe set us up, it's possible. Not likely, though. She risked the wrath of the guild coming in person. A message would have sufficed. Whatever she found in that entrance shook her up. That worries me.
Alright, never mind.
Carry on.
With that, I can go... guess what, Deeds? With that quest, I can go to the hinterlands. That's for later, though. Welcome back, Shady. Don't worry, I just got a mission from Varric that would let me go back to hinterlands and do that mining operation mission. But now I'm going to talk to Colin.
Maker's breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
Talk to me.
Cullen, if you need to talk.
You don't have to. I never meant for this to interfere.
Are you okay?
Are you going to be all right?
Yes. I don't know. You asked what happened to Ferelden's Circle. It was taken over by abominations. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's Circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
I understand.
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it. I should be taking it.
You don't need lyrium.
You give enough, Cullen. I'm not asking you for more. The Inquisition can be your chance to start over. If you want it to be.
I don't know if that's possible.
It is.
All right. I need a moment. Can we speak another time?
How can I help?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay, so Shady. This is where I need your help with. I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Oh, wait. First I need to level up. Why not? More experience, more leveling. So, well, let me first do this. Inquisitor, Ambassador Montelier's advice was sound. We discovered that Marquis Ephiloque Buffon has been mining the area illegally. which freed the darkspawn from beneath the earth. When discovered, the Marquise attacked us with mercenaries. The Grey Wardens fought off the ambush. Marquise Buffon has fled into the Gamorden Peaks. The Grey Wardens have taken losses, but their morale remains high and their loyalty to the Inquisition is undisputed. Okay. So, over here, oh, I can't do it because the person who needs to do it is busy. But basically, I have two options tied to the same mission. The mission is for Josephine's engagement by her parents. I can either just accept the duel or find dirt on him. Now, if this was Dark's normal operation, he would make sure that he knows everything and he would accept the fight, but if this dude would start using underhanded tactics, he would be ready and have his own dirt on him available. But when I mentioned to Josephine that I would see if I couldn't find anything on him, she really didn't want me to do, because otherwise he would come and challenge me. Then again, she also doesn't want me to fight because she's worried about me getting hurt. Yeah, take your time. Apparently I can't do it with her, so I need to send her somewhere else anyway. So I'm going to take a look into that first. Inquisitor, with her treachery revealed, the Marquis Ephiloque Buffon has fled into the mountains. Our initial efforts to pursue her have been hampered by both the terrain and the presence of demons in the area. While we have had difficulty making headway, the Grey Wardens have offered to assist. They seem to be the only force in the area capable of doing so. Regardless, I believe it is worth pursuing Marquis Buffon if you have the means to do so. I'll send her on this mission. Because I need to wait for the other two to come back anyway for this one. Also, there's a bunch of missions that I have unlocked that I need to start working on again. You can still look it up. I can't do anything about it right now, but I'd still like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Did I forget anything else? I have a lot of missions for my inner circle. Subject to his will. Skyhold. I don't have enough quarries. Western approach. I still have a lot of that to do. Oh, I'm gonna be busy a while. Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
However, yes.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Van Weigard of Ferelden is visiting. An honor, to be sure. Please show no alarm if you hear shouting in his quarters at night.
Shouting?
His lordship spent a half a year with his lands under siege by Darkspawn during the Ferelden Blight. His wife informs me the band still sleeps rather poorly.
I see. Also, with the mission that I have sent Josephine on, I'm gonna have judging soon. Could be something to end tonight on, but that's for later. Anyway.
We look like a capital now.
So I found out that doing the one.
Canvas is much more homey when you bend down to silk. Message we should share with our most valued customers. Who else would they have?
What I'm worried about, that's the only thing that I need to know, is if I take that mission to gather information, would that, regardless of whether or not I use it, would that affect Josephine if I do that? Just to have access to it. Because she was
Inquisitor.
surprisingly alarmed by my suggestion to do so. In the meanwhile, let me go talk to Cassandra about Colin.
Is there anything you need?
About the tranquil cure.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
They deserve a chance.
There are so many tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
Thank you.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
But yes, thank you for looking that up, Shady. I appreciate it. Now, you... Let me, first of all... Well... Let me go back here. And let me take a... Like, look at that image of Varric. That's why I'm like, really? End of Dorian, end of... Thingy. Anyway. Let's do with Charlie's Angels team, because I don't think I've ever had them in the same party. Let's see how well that'll go. Now I know technically I should take Blackwall with me because it's dealing with Darkspawn, but on the other hand, I already have such good relationships with Blackwall, but it might be better to have some other people with me on this mission. Did anyone else see that? Oh, people need leveling up. Sarah. Also, that's not what I'm saying. Sarah, accessories, she has an amulet of power. Well, she doesn't really do flanking, she's an archer. So, there might be a good one for her. fire only. Okay. 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 That works. I just needed to know if it would affect Josephine because she had a very visceral reaction when I brought up that I could look into getting information about his family. And I want to make sure that doing that, which is Dark's nature to do, to make sure that he goes into a battle prepared, wouldn't backfire with her. But now that I know, I'm okay with that. Thank you, Shady. You gave me everything I needed to know. I guess from a narrative perspective, her biggest concern is getting the Inquisitor, who is a symbol of something, caught up in a duel over her, and she doesn't want to have that, have him hurt over her.
What was that?
Alright, thank you. Like I said, I thought it might be something like that, but I wanted to make sure before I locked anything in. You know what I mean? Let me first set that up. A crumpled note. There was nothing to indicate this place was built over an old Deep Roads entrance. While the complications with Darkspawn were unfortunate, we've dealt with the pack that merged and I will hear no further talk of it. We have enough to secure the south dig site. You will continue work in the corridors and you will do so without complaint. Alternatively, we could use you as a distraction should more Darkspawn hinder our efforts. You serve Corypheus either way. Service.
They've been excavating. I take it breaking into Darkspawn tunnels wasn't part of the plan.
Nothing's ever simple, is it?
The men here were laborers. Someone must have been coordinating their efforts. I doubt they stuck around to fend off darkspawn.
Oh, those people level up. We should probably level them up. How is she already level up again? Okay, I guess I won't complain, but... Anyway. Oh. And Vivian. Oh yeah, I'm doing frost magic with her. Okay, that is a way forward, so let me look around first. Nothing in here? Oh, there is something. Venatory plans. You do well to muzzle your doubt. Our information was passed down to Lucanus from Corypheus' most trusted servants. Be grateful you were chosen to come at all. Think of the power locked in these wastes. We need only to find it. Once liberated, we shall never rely on tinctures of lyrium or crude blood work again. Is that not worth any risk to become a little godlike ourselves? Tell me the thought holds no appeal. We must exhaust every lead, however faint it may be. To do less is to dishonor him. I must check our progress at Echoback 4. I expect a full progress report upon my return. Service? Whatever. Service with a smile. Yeah, I'm surprised there was nothing at that room. Ah, I can set up camp here.
As good a place as any to camp.
Inquisitor. This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile. Word for you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Good thing I got a lot of spare of that.
Dispatch for you.
Report.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
More power. I'm gonna need a lot of power because I unlocked a lot of war table missions, so...
Could prove useful, sir.
News, sir.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir. Inquisitor, I've something for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
What is it now? I can still do it. Let's keep going.
Inquisitor, I've something for you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Venatory intelligence.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Ah. Now we've run out. Okay. There's also a gate. Oh.
More trained giants. We can't allow this idiocy to continue, my dear.
Let's deal with that first. Oh, another one? Okay. So let's first go deal with that gate. Yeah, that's actually a lot of fun. I think there was one where if you attack that you could attack the tail separately and it did more damage, but I forgot which creature that was. Dispel. Dispel. I mean, I can get it. They have put a lot of effort towards the combat. And it's fun and interactive, engaging. Now, what else is in this area? There's a couple of things ahead of us that we should probably take care of. There's also a quarry here, which I need. I also see another gate. But one step at a time. First of all, you need a potion. Oh, one of those gates is there, so I should probably open that. Because there is another shortcut to here. Oh, got a mosaic piece. I know, right? Ancient Winter. Those decrying our ambitions to reclaim our lands decry history. What was not once under the watchful eyes of the Archons, the wisdom of the true divine, or the justice of the magisterium, idle Orlais, graceless Ferelden, even vain Antiva were ours in ages past. The Winter's imprint is present in every corner of their degenerate cultures, whether it be music, poetry, architecture, mathematics, or any art that stirs the human spirit. Were our empire to stretch its arms again, this tide of southern decadence would at least be stoppered and corrected by the superior minds of the Imperium. Arrogance. The same arrogance that made them fall when they were that empire. If they really were as great as they say, they wouldn't have lost. So that's one side that's open. Liliana is back, which might mean I can do the Josephine mission, but I'll probably set that up before, you know, going to bed. Or, well, not going to bed, before calling up the stream. How did those guys get here? I don't know if she does. I may need to... That's heavy armor. She has decent armor on, I think. Yeah. That's better. Yeah, but it's... I'll give her the Carter head because that's better. More Venatori. Okay, so now that I'm here, let's do that gate first, since that is closer. The spell. Here's the quarry. One more and I can unlock my watchtowers. That's one. That's 2. And that's 3. So let me travel back there. Let me grab the shaft, now that I'm close by. Okay, now let's go there. Man, that portrait is really unsettling. I really regret taking her with me.
Got to be something here.
I think this is a cave exit. That means that there's gotta be an entrance somewhere else. That Fennec is not really an enemy. At least I don't consider him one. How do I get up there?
On his butt.
Oh my god, Sarah.
Still breathing. He's resilient, I'll give him that.
I'll give him something. Arrows. Because it's... What are you waiting for?
Have some of the troops bring him in. I'll deal with him back at Skyhold.
Well, we're gonna have 2 prisoners. A fragment of the inscription remains on one of the stones. It reads, "Last step of civilization before the abyss." Oh, so I found the Venatori agent that was in charge of this entire area. Service, whatever his name is. And I managed to beat him, and Sarah was like, "Well, I'll give him something. An arrow. What are you waiting for?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna take him in. I'll deal with him back at Skyhold." You know, I think Sarah is gonna rebel at some point, because I am not getting along with her. Oh, wait, there was one more thing I needed to check. Elegantly written letter. Magister Nantarius, Verentium Office of the Praetor. Dear Madame, I have been informed that you are looking for an experienced administrator to organize your lead mining enterprise in Four Kingdoms. I humbly present myself as a candidate for the vacancy. I have extensive experience as the overseer of multiple archaeological digs in the Western Approach, and have successfully managed several mercenary army ventures simultaneously. At present, I am seeking new employment opportunities in less arid climes and as far as possible from the Inquisition. Please see my attached resume for further credentials. Yours, Gracious Service. Well, I assume that if they don't approve of you, they would leave, because I still get the option to kick her out. Oh, whoops. Didn't realize it was done already. Whoops. Ah, that's fair. No, I'm looking where the magic mark in this place is. Oh, found it. It's another annoying one. There we go. Constellation Satinalis, referred to as either Satina, after the moon, or Satinalia, after the holiday. In common parlance, the constellation Satinalis has always been depicted by the celebrant, a seated man playing a lyre. It should be noted that in ancient Tevinter the constellation was known as Mortemalis, and was represented by a warrior holding aloft a head, usually that of an elf. The movement to officially rename it took hold in the Divine Age, and after 800 years the original is all but forgotten. Well, that is a new mission, but short. And it's the Cassandra, but what is that? Let me mark that so I can go check that out. Also, Shady, what just happened with that Venatori agent is one of the things that supports my theory about Sarah. For her, it's not about helping the little people as much as she says it is. The first chance she gets to hurt one of the bigger people, she's gonna go for it. When having him tried and sentenced would do a lot more for the little people, hope-wise, she doesn't care about that. Instead, she wants to instantly kill him because she feels that's what he deserves. But that's not helping the little people, that's just helping her own vendetta. Yeah, it isn't. And if I end up losing her, well, I always work with the theory at least some people. How well did that go? What is here? Why was this here? Oh. Let's go there since I do have her in my team. Well, maybe I should first go there. Oh, that's the quarry that I got. I mean, my question was more asking, like, did it even take effect? Did she become even a smidge better than she was? That's kind of my point. Like, she's the type that you can put a lot of effort in. She's not gonna change. She's too stubborn of her own ideals and believes she is completely correct.
A rogue mage. But at least it is done.
Cassandra approves. Navaran skull. More loot. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure Dark is the least bit of interested in her story, being completely honest. Anyway, I think this section of the map is done. So let me open the path. Ooh. 2 of them are done. Gate of Thought. This gate is carved with the symbols of Thought, the old god of fire. Anyway, for the moment, why can't I fast travel?
We've a chance. A real one.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it.
Sorry. We'll talk later.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
That Caripius, he's a hammer, smashing everything. The Conclave, Haven, Adamant.
That's why we have walls.
We had walls before.
Not like this. Haven wasn't anything like this.
Anyway, let's go to the wharf table. Well, actually, before I go to the war table, let me check up on Colin, make sure that he's okay.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
You're feeling better.
I trust you're feeling better.
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm glad I could help.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm proud of
To be fair, I think I have like a very big character, so...
myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
You're too hard on yourself.
You're a better person than you give yourself credit for.
I appreciate the thought, but I know who I am. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
My friends keep me grounded.
I've met good people here. Knowing they have my back, it helps.
You certainly keep interesting company. I suppose I do as well.
Now, give me a moment, because I gotta see something. Characters. Anton, if anyone alive can answer your questions about the social habits of the greater Vimmark wyverns, it's Frederick of Serold, professor of draconology at the University of Orlais. I have met him a few times, and he is exceedingly knowledgeable about his field of study, although less knowledgeable about his current state of dress, the day of the week, and the location of his quill and ink, but nonetheless quite brilliant. There's so many reports I just don't want about. But I want to know, did Colin's portrait change? If I could find Colin. Then. I guess not. But I am glad that Colin is okay.
First the Templars, now the Grey Wardens. Both devoted their lives to fighting evil. Now they serve it.
They're not willing.
Not by choice. They were manipulated by Corypheus.
I'm not sure that's a comfort. The Inquisition must serve as an example. We must stand where others fall.
Want to know more?
May I ask you something?
Of course.
Are you against Templars now?
Do you think Templars should cease to exist?
No. I may have chosen to lead that life, but I respect those who remain. Magic ungoverned could tear the world apart. It's It's doing so now. Templars are trained and able to confront such dangers.
What's the answer?
What would you suggest?
Some call the Circle a prison that can only breed resentment. Perhaps opportunities to work outside the Circle. A mixed military service or healers' clinics with Templar support.
That's not a bad
There must be
idea,
a safer
honestly.
way for Templars to leave. Templars can lose their memories to lyrium. Some call it a gift, to forget the failed harrowings, the demons. Some atrocities haunt me still. But to lose what good I can recall, I nearly lost my mind once. It is no gift.
That's not a bad idea.
I like the sound of that.
I'm not sure it's the answer, but something needs to change.
What is it you regret?
You still regret the man you became after leaving Ferelden?
After the Ferelden Circle, I thought all mages were like the ones there. Knight Commander Meredith's methods were harsh, but they kept people safe.
She was wrong, though.
You've said Meredith was unstable.
She was my Knight Commander. I had no reason to distrust her. She wasn't wrong about the Blood Mages in Kirkwall. Meredith encouraged my anger towards the mages. There was only so far I would go, and she knew that too. I was her second in command. She kept decisions from me, those I would question. I believed she was serving the city. I never thought to question her, not until it was too late.
I hope I'm a better leader.
I hope you find the Inquisition's leadership more agreeable.
I am confident you will see us through to the end. The Inquisition is my chance to atone. I will not see it fail.
What will you do next?
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
To be honest, I hadn't given it much thought until recently. I'm not used to having so many possibilities.
Is your family alright?
You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
Tracking you down?
Your sister tracked you down? She didn't know where you were?
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the Blight.
That was all.
That's all I wanted to know.
Should you require anything, I'll be here. Was there something you needed?
May I ask you something?
Of course.
You knew the hero of Ferelden?
If you don't mind my asking, the hero of Ferelden was a circle mage. Did you know him?
I attended his harrowing, actually. He was a talented mage. Considering he brought an end to the Blight, that goes without saying.
That was all.
That's all I wanted
to know. Oh, the irony of those conversation. Did you know the hero of Ferelden? He was a talented mage, but he did finish the Blight, so that goes without saying. That's all I wanted to know. Can I point out, did you see those big gates and then that small gate in it? Normally for people they would open that small door, but Dark can't fit through that, so for him they have to open the whole gate. Anyway, I have mission reports. Inquisitor, Lady Ginette Lagaspe offered her assistance in finding Marquis Buffon in the mountains, but her forces proved to be allied with the Marquis. They turned on us at an inopportune moment, and the Grey Wardens took heavy losses fighting them off. After much bloodshed, we have located Marquis Buffon's secret stronghold deep in Gamordan Peaks. The Grey Wardens continue to fight bravely, but they have suffered many losses. I recommend deploying them with care, lest we lose them entirely. That is an issue. Our soldiers report that they passed through the tunnel without incident and surprised a sizable Venatori encampment. After the battle, they had to find a different route back because the tunnel had been collapsed. They found this letter. Leliana. A letter on dark vellum with obviously dwarven markings. You follow instructions well. Respect of our territory is a first step. We shall see.
Inquisitor.
I'm looking for a shorter mission to do. That could be a good one. A letter has arrived, stamped with the seal of Redcliffe. As the Inquisition has assumed responsibilities for the Mage Rebellion, the Arling of Redcliffe holds you accountable for the losses suffered by our people, while providing hospitality to your mage allies. A freehold in Rin's Fair was burned to the ground when a mage inside lost control of his abilities. 2 farms outside Redcliffe Village suffered crop loss and structural damage due to the frost spells. 5 people in Redcliffe Village were injured by lightning spells cast by panicked children. I trust this matter can be concluded without the involvement of the Crown, Arl, Pagan, Garen.
Let us begin.
Let's do that. Oh, so many missions. My table is getting full. Also, I can only do 1 judgment because there's only 1 person brought in. Are we ready for judgment? Bye, Luna.
Before you is Service of the Minrathous Circle of Magi. You met him and his Venatori in the Western Approach. He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters, and using magic for conquest. He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the Approach, without his master's consent.
I'm actually impressed.
You stole from Corypheus. I don't know whether that's stupidly brave or bravely stupid.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, Your Worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain? I plead. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me large debts. Leave what happened in the Approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
So, what does my advisor say? Because I know, like, if I am, like, thinking how dark things, I think I know what I would answer. But I think my answer will not be very popular. Well, Pete has ideas. Okay. Imprisonment, giving him back to Corypheus. Recruited as an informant, approved by Solus, Bold, Blackwell, and Vivian, approved by Sarah, Dorian, Cassandra, and Cole. Okay. Approved by Solus, Bold, Blackwell, and Vivian. Recruited as a smuggler, is approved by Solus, Bowl, Varric and Dorian, disapproved by Cole, Sarah, and Cassandra. So there's no real good answer. Yeah. You know the best part, Shady? The best part is the option that I think Dark would take only brings me disapproval by one person I care about. And I think my standing with her is good enough to resist. It's Cassandra. Because I am going to make him my smuggler.
Someone who can smuggle magical artifacts to Tevinter and back shouldn't be wasted on court diplomacy. Bring those artifacts back to the Inquisition. Procure something really useful and we might loosen the shackles.
Your worship knows value when he sees it. I won't disappoint.
And it's only slightly disapproves. So it's not even that much.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
And I think this is probably the point where I'm going to call it up and then continue Friday.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
There is one thing before I go that I want to check out as a war table mission, because I might do that next time. Because you see, Shady, I have acquired the war table mission to find the hero of Ferelden. Regretfully, with the way the save file is set up, it's not going to be the bearded elf. But I do want to look into that mission. Sister Liliana,
With
none
risks
of...
contained in the area, we can send in smaller groups to offer relief.
I agree. Are you well?
A headache, nothing more.
Sister Liliana, none of our agents have seen the hero of Ferelden, but our normal work led us to scattered references of him passing through the area. It will take a serious commitment of resources, but we could attempt to contact him. And that is going to be interesting. But I think the first thing that I'm going to do next session is probably do what I can to set up that mission for Josephine, because I do want to get that sorted. Then I'm going to deal with those Grey Wardens, because I do want to keep my Grey Wardens, so I need to be careful about who I send after that traitor. I have a lot of missions to do. Good thing that I have a lot of power. And I'm going to have time because I also have the opportunity now to do the mine and a little bit more of the hinterland, so Teets is going to be able to enjoy that. But for now, this is where I'm going to call it up. Not too much progress. I did do a couple of things, but a lot of it was going back and forth doing minor things, setting up for some very interesting missions, but that's going to be for the next session. So for now, let me see if I have any additional content to provide for you guys. Apparently, I don't know why it didn't load, but there was a clip made by Teets, I think. Yes, by Teets. And it didn't show up last session, so I'm just going to show it now. Remove the webcam. Let me... This is old switcheroo. Why is there no sound? Oh, I see why. Are you ready?
You lied for 10 years about your crime, then fled after confessing your guilt.
God damn it, Teets!
You are
Don't
exiled
spoil the
from
surprise.
I know the crime.
God damn it, Teets. Why do you always ruin my fun? Shady, can you rein your Murty in? Anyway. Let me see who we can raid. There's nobody online that I want to raid at this moment. So instead, let's see if there's any other small time streamers playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Nope. I thought that was character creator. Why not? Oh, she is doing something that I have already done, so I'm not missing out too much. Anyway, let me set up the raid. And with that, I wish you all a pleasant evening. Stay safe out there, Wastelanders. It's a dangerous world out there.